It's time to get well, stay strong, and thrive. Let's get to it. Hello and welcome back to Busy Pro Fast Wellness. Today's guest is Hailey Coleman, and she's known as the Psychic Nervous System Coach. Hailey helps overwhelmed professionals move from stress, anxiety, and survival mode into calm, clarity, and self-trust. And she does this by combining nervous system regulation, trauma-informed coaching, and intuitive insight. Her work bridges science and spirituality in a practical way, helping people reconnect to their body, make better decisions, and finally feel, well, back in control. Today we're diving into how stress blocks intuition, why high performers burn out, and most importantly, how to reset your system, your nervous system, fast. Hailey, warm welcome to the show. I trust that you are well and you are buzzing today with energy. Yes, I hope so anyway.
I'm excited. Yeah, I just came from the gym. We're excited to be here.
Oh, fantastic. So, yeah, good stuff. I've actually got an injury at the moment, so I can't do anything
Oh,
too physical. I had a paddle fall and I have something called bursitis on the side. It's so frustrating not to be able to
oh,
get out and do my usual dose of exercise and things, but, c'est la vie. So,
yeah, I hear you. I have a rib injury that keeps surfacing, but I'm actually a power lifter, so I
oh,
compete. Yeah, so
yeah.
it calms me. It's part of my nervous system work is movement, so that's being in the gym is part of that.
Good stuff. Talking of nervous system, at the moment, I don't know if you can hear that awful banging. We just happen to have people doing refurbishments and they decided to start banging it away. And so I've got this. This is real life stuff. This is how it is.
We're in it. We're in it today.
Anyway, the first thing I'd like to know is how do I know, for example, if I'm stuck in survival mode? Even if I seem to be successful on the outside.
There's lots of different signs and symptoms. I love getting my clients to reflect back at when they felt their best selves and then reconnect to how they're feeling today. And a lot of them recognize, like, well, maybe my sleep is off, maybe I've put on weight, maybe I've lost weight, um, maybe I'm having more headaches,
Mm,
more health concerns, more anxiety or mental health concerns.
yeah.
There's a lot of different symptoms, and unfortunately, there's not like a one size fits all, right? Because everyone's so unique and
Yeah.
everyone's symptoms are so unique. And honestly, sometimes you might not even realize it.
Yeah.
Like
Gotcha.
for some of my clients, like will say, well, I feel okay, but my sleep's really off. Or
Right.
I feel okay, but I have no patience at all.
I see.
I just react really
Yes.
fast, right? So
Yeah.
there's lots of things. And then I have clients who are like, I have chronic autoimmune symptoms and or I've had horrific mental health. So it's just like it's really
Mm,
hard to gauge, but
yeah. Of course. Yeah.
the reflection of like when you felt your best self compared to now is always the best baseline to figure that out.
Yeah. At least, I mean, from what you described there, I mean, there's many, many different types of symptoms, but at least your clients, for example, they have an awareness and they're able to at least identify, because I think that there are many people probably that just get into that state without really having that self-reflection to realize that all of a sudden they have that impatience or they're getting angry or they're feeling lethargic and they don't really know that they feel that way. They're not sure of that. So that's something which I guess you would be pointing out or trying to get people to
Yeah.
reflect on. Yeah.
Sometimes they don't even have an awareness. They just come to me saying, like, I've been in therapy for years, or I just don't feel like a lot of the statements are, yeah, the therapy thing, like, I've been in therapy for a long time, I'm still
Mm,
getting triggered, or I've tried everything. I've tried journaling, I've tried meditation, I've tried anxiety meds, or I've tried this and I've tried that, and nothing's working.
yeah.
Another big one is, I don't know what my purpose is anymore.
Oh, really?
That's a big one. So like even if they're not aware that they're in a chronic state of stress, they're feeling a certain way that they're just not themselves. They're just not their best selves, and they just don't know what that means, right? So they come to me and they're like, help me figure this out. Like, I don't feel like myself, and I haven't felt like myself, but I can't put that into words, right? So sometimes the awareness isn't there at all, and it's just, you just feel off, and that's all they can say, right?
That's a situation which sounds quite frightening. If you're going to have a client come in and say, I'm just losing my own self or something, that sounds, I mean, you said earlier on that there was no way really, there's no one size fits all solution to any of this. And that's what a lot of people they want that magic pill, the panacea or something. But do you have a 30-second reset that somebody can just do there and then at their desk or something?
So the biggest thing is, like, everyone's symptoms and signs are very different because our nervous system is very biologically unique to us, and our life and circumstances are very unique to us, right? Course, So someone's trauma could be not trauma to someone else. You know what I mean? Like, we just interpret things very differently as individuals. But the biggest thing is, if you are not feeling like yourself, which is the best way I can put it, and you want to start feeling like your best self, the best way to do it is start rewiring your nervous system, start redoing your stress response.
Right. Yeah.
And what I like to say, I know this sounds silly, but we all go to the bathroom, I want to say 10 times a day on average, maybe more. Yeah. So, like, well, I have an energy drink today, but who needed that today? So whenever you go to the bathroom, this is what I say to my clients, and it sounds silly, but our bathroom is a private space. So you'd have no other distractions, right? And so whenever you go to the washroom, I want you to plant your feet and either stare at the tap or close your eyes.
Okay.
And you are going to put one hand on your heart, but press hard enough so you can feel your heartbeat.
Yep.
And you're going to put your other hand on your belly.
Okay.
And with staring at the tap or with your eyes closed, I want you to take the long, deep belly breaths for about 10 of them. And this simple thing takes maybe 30, 45 seconds.
Yeah, fantastic.
And it's just a simple reset. And what we're trying to do here is, if you think about how many times you're in the washroom during the day, and let's say you do that every time, you're learning how to rewire our nervous system.
Brilliant.
Rewire the way we ground ourselves.
Yeah.
And, I just was on a podcast about doctors and this bathroom technique. I was like, as a doctor, you're in the emergency room and you're flying around and you're just like trying to save lives, and it's all chaos. And I'm like, but you still need to use the washroom. So whenever you're in that closed space, private space, reset yourself. And with the clients that use this technique, I want to say it resets you for anywhere between 30 to 60 minutes.
Fantastic. Yeah.
It's just a little Zen reset.
Brilliant. I mean, obviously, I've come across many different types of resets. That's the first time anybody's ever mentioned one like using that bathroom situation to do that, because it is private. And
yes.
So that's a really good tip. And it's also this idea of that moment, habit stacking, because you are in the bathroom and then you layer that habit to obviously reset at that moment. So that's a really brilliant method. Yeah.
Well, I thought of it because I have my clients are such a variety, and I was trying to think of how can I implement something that's really quick, that actually resets ourselves, that can kind of help the vast variety. So I have anyone from, like fast-paced doctors to stay-at-home moms to people working in a corporate office that's kind of surrounded by people. It's like, well, the bathroom is, even if it's a stall, it's still your private space. Of course,
yeah. You're not going to get anybody coming in there, are you? Not unless you're Mr. Bean or something from a sitcom.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen.
Right?
Yeah, couldn't resist that.
You know what? I even teach my kids this too. I was like, hey, if your school is like chaos, Go hide in a stall, like honestly, and do some breath work. But now they text me in the stall, and I was like, no, that's
No.
bad.
Yeah, that's kind of
They're like,
missing the
Mom, I don't
point.
want to go back to class. I was like, do your breath work and get out of there.
Yeah, there's just a minor flaw in that. Yeah, yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah,
No, but
they're
it is a great idea, and like most of the things the ideas that I glean, I like most people rip them off other things that I read about or heard about. But that's unique. That's your creation. So well done. I love
thanks.
it. I will be ripping that off, of course.
Absolutely. Tell the world.
Yes.
Hailey's
I'll
bathroom
I'll
technique.
give you the credit though. I'll say, oh, that was Hailey Coleman who told me that. So
Hailey Coleman's bathroom technique.
great, fantastic. And there's something else I'd like to ask you. You talk about you stress which blocks intuition. So when that
Hmm.
happens, what is actually happening in the body? Because intuition is sort of something I believe in very much, and I live my life by. Not in a woo-woo way, but I do have these conversations with my wife about feeling that gut feeling. And so,
It's
yeah.
yeah, it's so important. It's about awareness and perception, and very important for us humans to be more aware in our society. Like I feel
Mhm.
like it's very lost to be like, you know what, I'm gonna put my face in the sun today, or I'm gonna feel the wind, or
Yeah.
I'm gonna like go for a walk and listen to my feet move on the
Mm.
concrete instead of the earphones in with loud music on a walk. Like I challenge my clients to take the earbuds out,
Yeah.
like listen to the repetitive of your feet and
Mm.
the birds or whatever, right? Like
Yeah.
that's awareness.
Yes.
And because when we're in a chronic state of stress, our brain, which is fascinating, will shut down certain parts of itself in
Yeah.
order for us to survive. And what do we need to survive? We need to move our body, we need to breathe, we need a
Mm.
heartbeat, we need our senses, like eyes, ears, mouth, like we need the essentials,
Yeah.
really. Um, Anything else, we don't need it to survive. So our brain is looking at us as a whole and thinking, well, we're so stressed, we're in a state of panic. Even some people might not even feel it, but
Mm.
we've just been in that chronic state for so long that our brain starts like, this doesn't feel right. I need to self-protect.
Yes.
And it just
Absolutely.
shuts functions down. And
Yeah.
which is really cool if you think about it.
Yeah.
Um, but also, we need to get it back. And how do
Yes.
we get it back?
Yeah.
We start being aware more. We start
Yes.
doing like when we're out in public or we're at home, and maybe you're at a desk all day long, and go
Mm.
to a window, see how far you can gaze, see how
Mm.
far you can see.
Yeah.
Like you're just changing your perception and your awareness. What do you hear in the office?
Yeah.
Right now we hear your workers, but
Can you hear them?
oh yeah,
Oh gosh, I was
just
hoping
sounds like
not.
a steady beat.
It's annoying, but I'm sort of I'm focusing on what you're saying, but it's like,
We're
oh gosh.
It's great. It's great.
Oh, I was hoping that you wouldn't be able to hear that. But no,
No, it's just
what you just said though, is I love it because it reminds me of these mindfulness
yep.
activities that because I did a course way back called PQ, Positive Quotient Intelligence, and I use these techniques all the time. And my favorite one, for example, is the auditory one, which is great now. I could listen to this thudding away, you know. So you listen to
It's
things.
repetitive enough.
So you listen to things which are, that the further sound and the nearest sound, and you're focusing in on that. So there's also things
Yeah.
with weight, and as you mentioned, the visual side, and it really does ground you and it puts you in the moment. So yeah, I actually appreciate you mentioning that. So as opposed to just sort of going along, putting those headphones in and listening to the music or listening to whatever we might be listening to, you just that's it. You're there, as
Yeah.
it
Like
were.
some people are just like some people are trying so hard to like calm their state, and some people listen to like certain different hertz sounds
Mm,
on their headphones or calming music, and it's like that's great,
mm,
but you're losing your senses. And I challenge my clients um, to go back to like such basic human needs. Like
Yeah.
I want to feel the wind on my skin. I want to hear the leaves or the grass blowing.
Yeah.
Like I even if you're in a busy city, like listen to the different sounds of the people. Can you hear what they're saying like half a block up? Or
Yeah.
like just the awareness. And even if you're stuck inside, like if it's a sunny day, find a window and put your face in the sun
Yes,
through
for
the
sure.
window.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just such
And
basic
open the window as well,
techniques.
so that you haven't got the
Yes.
glass. Yeah, exactly. Because that's really
Yeah.
important to get the vitamin D. And what you just said has made me think of another habit stacking idea. Because you talk about, being outside and listening to people chatting away. If you're learning a language and you're living in another country, like I live in Spain, you could be really focusing in what people are saying. Like a good
Yeah.
journalist would be doing, of course. But you're just
You're
trying
just
to,
aware.
yeah, you're trying to listen in, because it's amazing in the auditory side. You can really, if you focus in, you can shut out one side and just focus in on another side. And yes, it stopped. The noise has stopped. So yes,
Even
that's
like
great.
the smells, like if you're out like in the community, like what smells do you smell? Are you near a restaurant?
Mm,
Like, think of all of our senses and sense even being touch. So like the wind on our skin, that's touch, or the warmth of the
yeah,
sun on our skin, or different textures, right?
yeah,
Like it's fascinating how our society has come so far away from like basic things. And I think back to like my grandmothers and my nanas, and like even them like hanging clothes on the line and just being out in the wind and watching the children play, like that alone is healing.
yeah, yeah. Gotcha.
We've taken all that basic stuff away, and just you're sitting outside and just
Yeah,
sitting.
yes, of course.
We're constantly trying to entertain, and even in the wellness world, we're finding that like, well, I want to read a book, or I want to listen to that calm music, or I want, you know what I mean? But it's like, but what about the basic senses that
Mm,
our human self needs? And
yes.
that's what calms our nervous system.
Yes. I was talking to somebody about the idea of just sitting in total silence, and that he was saying that most people can't do that. They can't sit there and
No,
count slowly to 60 because that just would
no.
be make them feel uncomfortable. And it's a sign that they have this anxiety or this pent up stress that they obviously, therefore they can't do that one activity, which
Well,
is.
even if you have like ADHD or ADD, it's really challenging to sit in silence, or challenging to like
Mm,
focus on certain things. So,
mm,
with clients that struggle with that, I really love to use like anyone who struggles with the racing mind, whether you have ADD or ADHD or not. There's still people that struggle with the racing mind, which spikes up your cortisol, spikes up your nervous system. You're
mm.
out of regulation. Humming. Humming triggers our vagus nerve, which calms our nervous
So
system. So
fantastic.
for me, Christmas carols, because they're like embedded in our soul, I swear. So if you have to know the lyrics to the song you're humming.
Oh, really?
So for me, I hum Christmas carols because we just know all the lyrics. Um, so you have to know the lyrics because your brain has to think
Okay.
about what you're humming.
Yes,
So you
yes.
don't just hum random things. You're humming a specific song, and you're thinking about the lyrics that you're humming.
That's
And it,
interesting. As a
yeah.
musician, you see, that's probably the only thing I would beg to differ on. I could hum away, and I can listen to my wife humming. She does. I find that really wonderful and really beautiful for me. And I don't know the words to the jazz songs she might be, and I still think I benefit. I don't know that I need to know the words. Well, maybe as a
So
musician, I can get those intervals, and it's just something that is ingrained. So,
yeah, I
it,
was gonna say if it's a practice, like something that you've done for a while, like
yeah,
humming, like as a musician, you probably don't need the lyrics anymore, because
yeah.
now you know that that is a positive thing that brings you joy, right?
Yes,
So
yeah, for
any sort
sure.
of humming or musical instrument, that's probably going to bring your nervous system joy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for
But
sure.
if you're new to this regulation, like I always recommend pick a song
Mm,
so that you're
yeah.
trying to focus your mind. But yeah, as a musician, absolutely, it's like muscle memory, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there is a muscle memory there, and it's if I'm listening to Autumn Leaves, for example, with my wife singing that away, I don't know the words particularly. I mean, I know the words a little bit, but I don't know them inside out, and I tend not to memorize lyrics at all. So it's just because I can hear the music, so therefore
Yeah.
don't think it really applies. But I can see what you mean. I don't know about picking a Christmas song in June, though. I think that would find that a bit irksome.
Well, I try to get my kids to do Christmas songs because they're into this awful rap right now. And
Oh, right.
I don't think,
Yeah, yeah, at least there's a melody with a Christmas song.
yeah.
Yeah, you can get that. You've kind of answered what I was going to ask you, and anyway, in my sort of next questions. But there is something like a tail off of that, and it's like, what should people really stop doing immediately? What's a habit which you've noticed that people really would benefit by eradicating that habit? Can you think of anything?
Um, Not following through with boundaries.
Ah, right. Yeah, good. Yeah, yeah.
I find majority of my clients continue to come to me saying, this person isn't respecting me, or
Mm,
I didn't follow through with this for myself. And there's a whole trickle effect of that from others or self. And it's like, if you can do one thing to like stop, is just like stop listening to others and respect your own boundaries that you
yeah.
have within yourself.
Okay. That's really difficult to do, isn't it? Especially if you're not
It's
an
very
assertive.
challenging.
It is, yeah. If you're not a very assertive person, it takes a lot of courage to do that, and a lot of
Yeah.
self-will to change your whole mindset. And there's been like books and things written about, you know, obviously on
Yeah,
that very
but
topic.
the first thing I always say is, what's an easier boundary for self? If you
Mm,
don't want to start with a boundary with someone else, what's a
okay.
self boundary? So
Mm,
one of my clients is a yes person, says yes to everything, and I was like, okay, well, let's challenge you to say no to one thing today.
okay.
That's a
Yeah.
boundary you're going to help within yourself.
Good. Yeah.
Or maybe they're a person that says sorry to everything. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Sounds like me.
A lot of people do
Yeah.
it,
It's
right?
automatic. I'm British. We
Yeah.
apologise for everything.
Same with Canadians here. We're like little peacemakers. We're just like, oh, I'm so sorry. But yeah, that's another self boundary. Like I work on that too. And it's like, if you can hold a boundary for yourself for a little while, you're going to get more confident and be able to like build that up to like have better boundaries.
Good, good. And it could be, I suppose, like a habit that you might automatically do. Like, I don't know, when there's that week, you think, oh, I'm going to just have that snack or something like that, and you set that boundary, say, no, no. I was talking to a mindset elite coach recently, and he was saying you can have these triggers that you can use, like words of things. I can, I will, I do, and that's something
Hmm.
which you just, it's like a tick. You insert that into your mind and you say it verbally, and that could actually just, because you have that weakness at the moment. For me, it might be like that sort of, oh, that glass of wine. I know I shouldn't at that moment. I just not, once I get through that, I'm going to get through the evening. And it's like, okay, I can, I will, I do. All right, I'll manage, I'll manage.
It's all about mindset. So I do that kind of work too. It's mine's called cognitive behavioral therapy.
Yeah,
So you're
you
just
know all of
like,
this stuff. You know the terminology.
yeah,
Yeah, okay, yeah,
yeah, we're just retraining our mindset, retraining the way we think about ourselves and situations. And that's all part of my work too, is just helping my clients rewire the way that their
yeah,
mind works especially in situations and especially with themselves, right?
yeah.
And that in itself can help calm a nervous system.
Yeah, good, very good. Great. I've got a few like sharp, quick fire questions for you,
Oh, fun.
which
Okay, we like it.
they're called rapid
Let me
fire
get some
questions.
energy in here. Hold on.
Yeah, yeah. I'll take a swig of the old water.
Right?
Okay, so one myth about anxiety.
I always say this to my kids. The bear is not chasing you.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, that would
Or
come from
you are
paranoia.
not on fire.
Yeah, good.
Or I like to say, what is another one? They'll like come to me with like they're like anxious or whatever, and they'll tell me what it is. And I always flip it back on them and say, but is it real? Well,
Right.
no. I'm like, okay, then it's not reality.
That's good because that's like, your mind is creating that. And we all know the power of the mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, to fabricate stuff. Yeah, that's good. Good. One habit making people worse.
Self-doubt.
Self-doubt. Yeah, 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 that's true. Yeah.
Even with like healing work, right? Like what we're talking about, the healing your nervous system so you're not stressed. I have a lot of clients, the first time we meet, they're like, well, that sounds like it's hard work. I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah.
Self-doubt, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Very good. And one tool everyone should try today.
Breath work.
Oh, yeah. Yes,
It is
absolutely.
life source.
Yes, I really agree with you on that. That's the one thing that I always resort to is breath work or breathing activities because I was
There you
castigated by
go.
somebody saying you can't call it work because it's not arduous.
Breathing fun.
Yes. So that's really good. Thank you very much for that. Yeah. And
Yeah.
what's the easiest way for people to get in contact with you, Hailey, if they want to, they like what they hear and they want to reach out to you? What would
Yeah. So I do one-time sessions and I also do work with people privately. They get access to my self-healing hub and we chat. We have 24/7 chat access for extra support.
okay.
And I've opened up a complimentary mini session. So on my website,
Yeah.
www.hailey-coleman.com,
Yes.
you have a little thing that pops up and it's your name, your email, and a comment. And if you put podcast in there, it'll come directly to me and I'll know you get a complimentary little mini stress reset session with me. So highly recommend.
Yeah, fantastic. Sounds great. Really does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So obviously, I'll put all this in the show notes anyway for the website. And I think there is also that you offer I've looked up. It's a free psychic nervous system research session as well, a short one-to-one.
Yes.
If you're
So
still doing yeah,
that's the mini one. Yes.
yeah,
So that
fine,
one is I'm going to teach you a quick little resets to help you get through your day. And
brilliant.
obviously, if you want to dive deeper, then we can chat about that. But yeah,
Yeah,
I just want to heal the masses as much as possible. And if I can give them at least one or two tools to
yes,
get them feeling a little bit better and start rewiring their nervous system, then I
yeah,
feel like our world will be a
oh,
calmer
definitely.
place.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Haley, I've really enjoyed everything that you've talked about so far. How you've brought together like the science and the nervous system, and you combined this with like intuition. I love that. So it's
Yeah.
actually something which is, and also the practical side as well, which is absolutely key. So thank you so much. Is there anything else that you'd like to mention before we sign off? Because I have a habit of just suddenly abruptly finishing my
Okay,
podcast, like,
bye.
sorry, goodbye. So,
What's a good thing? I think if you're listening to this and you're just not feeling yourself, I highly recommend you reaching out to me. I have very simple little tools and tricks that are holistic,
brilliant.
that can get you through your day and at least start having you think about feeling your best self again. And it's honestly priceless. And any sort of person who's just not themselves deserves to be their best self. So
Yeah, yeah,
please
for
reach
sure.
out so I can support you the best that I can. And yeah,
Great.
just want to
Thank you so
heal
much.
the masses.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I really am. So I think for me, like the biggest takeaway for today is that if you're feeling really overwhelmed, it's not that you're necessarily broken, but your system probably just needs a reset. So you are the perfect
Yes.
person to obviously to approach on that. And Hailey, thank you so much for coming on the show. I really
Thank you,
appreciate
Alan.
your time and your energy today and all your insights, especially all these little practical nuggets that you've given us. So thank you so much for that. And I shall bid you farewell for the moment. Okay. Take care. It's good saying, signing off from Busy Pro Fast Wellness and from Hailey Coleman today. Thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye. It's time to get well, stay strong and thrive.